What if crime wasn't eliminated, but scheduled? What if violence wasn't a flaw in society, but a tool? Once a year, for 12 hours, all crime is legal. Not to free the people, but to stabilize the system. This is not a horror story. This is the Purge. Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. On the surface, the Purge presents a shocking premise. One night where laws are suspended, and citizens are allowed to act without consequence. But the film isn't about chaos. It's about management. Because in the world of the Purge, crime didn't disappear. It was rebranded. The system claims the Purge is therapeutic, that releasing violence once a year prevents it the rest of the time. This idea is critical because it reframes brutality as necessary, beneficial, even moral. Violence becomes policy, not failure. And once something is framed as policy, people stop questioning it. Notice something consistent across every Purge film. The wealthy are protected. The poor are exposed. Security systems, private fortresses, escape routes. The Purge isn't equal, it's directional. This is not random violence. It's selective pressure, a system that allows instability only where it's convenient. The most disturbing aspect of the Purge isn't the bloodshed. It's the permission structure. The state doesn't kill anyone. It simply allows citizens to do it for them. Responsibility is outsourced. When violence is legalized, guilt disappears. And when guilt disappears, almost anything becomes possible. The architects of the Purge call themselves reformers. They speak in clean language. Order, stability, prosperity. But their philosophy is ancient. Sacrifice the few to stabilize the many. This is not governance. It's ritualized selection. The Purge feels so deeply unsettling because it's not science fiction. It's a documentary of our subconscious logic amplified to a scream. The film simply takes the implicit violence of our own systems and makes it explicit. We already have sacrifice zones. Areas where regulations are loosened and consequences are absorbed by a designated population. We already have economic purges, recessions, and austerity measures that systematically dismantle the lives of the vulnerable for the declared health of the market. The film's only true invention is the honesty. It removes the complex legal language, the bureaucratic detachment, the plausible deniability, and replaces it with a siren. It forces us to look at the outcome of our systems without the comfortable lie that it was all an unfortunate accident. This brings us to the final, terrifying question. The Purge is not ultimately about violence. It is about consent. Not the loud, enthusiastic consent of a vote, but the quiet, creeping consent of inaction. The silent agreement that happens when we accept the narrative that our safety requires their suffering. The system works not because it is forced upon the people, but because the people are convinced to force it upon each other. It's a masterclass in psychological outsourcing. So, at what point does a society agree that some lives are less valuable? Once that line is drawn, even in pencil, can it ever be erased? Or does the act of drawing it create a permanent stain on the collective soul, normalizing the very idea of human disposability? This has been a hidden archive. It reveals a chilling truth. The ultimate tool of control isn't a weapon. It isn't a law. It's the power to define who counts as people. The Purge is a story about the moment a system decides that order matters more than humanity, and convinces its citizens that this is a noble choice. The final horror is realizing that the mask worn by the Purgers is a mirror.